Okay, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create a perfect brow. I'm going to start with Laura Mercier's Waterproof Soft Brow Liner. It's a cream base liner. I'm going to go ahead and use my Stila brush number 18. It has a comb on the back of it and the side is slant. So you definitely want to use a slant brush for your brows. And our brows should start here. So a perfect brow should start at the tip of your nose to where your eye ends. So basically right there. So I went ahead and marked it. And I'll go ahead and mark the other side. Perfect. This brow, this one right here is smaller than this one, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the brow that's smaller. I'm just using the cream to fill in the areas where I don't have any hair, so it creates a longer brow. I'm going to go ahead and make it round like this one. This one isn't round, but I will definitely create it to be round. I'm going to go ahead and go on the top of my brow and round it out. See that? You definitely, and then you want your arch to start where your iris ends and at the end of your eye. So I want to go down just a little longer. Your brows are very important, ladies. Your brows frame your face. You definitely want them to be symmetrical. So I definitely want this brow to look like this brow. Everybody has a favorite brow, so just use that brow that's your favorite brow and create the other brow to look like the other brow, if that makes any sense. I've been doing makeup for, I want to say all my life. I've been doing makeup on other folks since I was 10 years old. I started in the business when I was 14. I would freelance and do parties, weddings, quinceañeras, what have you. And then I started to work at a makeup cart, actually a cart, one of those carts in the middle of the mall. And I've always known it's my passion. And I also went to cosmetology school. I also love to do hair. My biggest thing is I like to create and make a woman feel great about ourselves. We feel better. When we feel better about ourselves, we create that great energy around us and people want to be with us and whatnot. See that? It looks really, really good, but we're not done yet. So now I'm going to come over here and form this brow. This one's not as much work, but I want them to be symmetrical, so I definitely want to look at the other brow and what I've created on the other side. And then you want to look in the mirror, straight in the mirror, and make sure your face is completely relaxed so that you won't be making any face movements where your brows are different on each side. Definitely want to be relaxed. It's about relaxing your face, learning how to relax your face muscles. That's actually a hard one for me because that's where I carry my tension, is my face. And my facial expressions are pretty loud. So I definitely want them to be almost the same, and then boom. Use your fingers. And so I want to look. They don't look the same to me. This one looks a little more pointy. Round it out a little bit. Don't worry if they're messy, ladies. We're going to go back and clean them up. Looks. Right now all I'm doing is creating a shape. Making sure they're symmetrical. You also want to put your foundation on before you put your brows on so that you won't get any foundation inside of your brows. Now I'm going to go ahead and use Stila palette. It's called When a Woman Knows She Knows. It's a matte palette. And I'm going to use this dark brown here and this light brown here. Not the second to lightest brown, but the lightest brown. So I'm going to use the darker shade on my arch because I want to create a character type situation. I want it to look natural, and usually our brows are more darker in the arch area. I've worked at Sephora. I actually worked at Sephora for a good, I want to say almost 8 years. I was there. Got a lot of training. Got trained through Makeup Forever, Smashbox. I've met the creator of Makeup Forever, Danny Sands. She's an amazing woman. Carol Shaw. She also is a celebrity makeup artist. She also too is amazing. I've met Tarina Tarantino. She created a line, and that is also in Sephora exclusive. So I definitely want my career to grow. My biggest goal, I want to say, is to probably just to be on set all day long, and or fashion shows. Who knows? Maybe even work for L'Oreal one day. To New York. And looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe my brush off, and I'm going to go into the lighter color that I had showed you just a minute ago. And I'm going to come here to the front of my brow and just comb it through a little bit. Not too much. I don't want it too dark right here at the front. I don't want to look like Groucho brow. Your brows are not supposed to be the same color all the way through. They're supposed to blend through. So I'm going to go ahead and use the comb on the other end of the Stila number 18 brow brush. You can get those online. I don't believe they sell them in stores. Well, not here, at least in California where I'm at. I go through all the retailers almost on a daily basis. I also work for Stila Cosmetics, and I work for Cargo Cosmetics at the moment. I do plan on growing in the companies that I am in, or seeing just to see how it goes. Always want to keep an open door for any kind of career opportunities if you are planning on doing makeup, or if you're just watching this to learn how to do makeup on yourself. Either way, good luck with life, and follow your dreams. Don't lose the passion for whatever it is that you love to do. And my passion just happens to be makeup. So here I am. I'm going to go ahead and use a concealer on my Stay All Day foundation by Stila Cosmetics. It has a concealer on top, and then the foundation is inside. It is a waterproof foundation, paraben free. It also has a long stay wear, a built-in primer, and a built-in powder, so you don't have to buy an extra powder or a extra primer. Save some money. $44. Sounds kind of pricey, but it really isn't when you think about it and do the math. You don't have to buy a primer, you don't have to buy a concealer, you don't have to buy a powder. It's all in one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up my brows. I'm using the concealer, and I'm using a flat concealer brush by Sephora. This one doesn't have a number because it was from a set, but you can find a flat concealer brush almost anywhere. Definitely want it to be a good one. Synthetic hair is Idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt my head up just a little bit, looking into the mirror, and I'm going to go underneath my brow. I'm going to come up this way so I won't cause any feathering, and meet back in the middle. Ta-da. Perfect, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and go and blend the concealer so that I don't leave a harsh line. And I'm going to clean up the top a little bit, just so that it doesn't have any feathering on top either, so that it looks nice and crisp. See that? And I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit more concealer on my brush. And these shades have a high range of shades. They go from a real fair light shade to a really deep shade. So anybody can purchase that. You can get them at Sephora, Ulta, Macy's, and Nordstrom's. Again, I'm doing the same thing over here, going under the brow. I'm going to come back opposite way on the bottom part so I won't cause any feathering, so that the brow's super clean. And go ahead and go on top of the brow. And from the looks of here, they look perfectly even. I'm going to go back here and make sure they're good here, good here. And spread that out a little bit. Clean up that top part a little bit. And voila. Those are your perfect brow, ladies. And if you want them to stay all day, usually what I like to do is I like to go in with a brow gel, but it doesn't matter, you can do that or you don't have to. They just look a lot nicer when you actually do. Take a look at my brows, ladies. Perfect brow. And I hope I was informative to you and that you learned a lot today. I'm looking for my brow gel. That's what I'm doing here. I'm scrounging through these makeup brushes. Ah, voila, I found it. I got Christian Dior brow gel. It's a brown shade. I believe it is shade 781. I'm not sure if you can buy these in stores anymore. I got mine a while back. I want to say over a year ago. So I'm going to use, there's two sides of the brush. You got a harder side and a fluffier side. I'm going to use the harder side and I'm going to go first and just kind of brush my hair through so that it looks nice and neat. Then I'm going to go ahead and use the other side of the brush just for the front of it and just kind of lightly touch it through. And that's it. My name is Desiree and you will be seeing more of me. That is a perfect brow, ladies. Thank you.